my channel. My name is Busayo. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. So today I have someone amazing here on my seat in my video, and she's Roseline. I will allow her to do her introduction. Talk about herself.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. My name is Roseline, and Busayo invited me because she wants me to talk about nursing in Finland and in Nigeria, and I am privileged to have studied nursing in Nigeria and worked, and I moved to Finland and also did the same study and worked. I am currently on maternity leave, but I am excited to share my little experience with you guys, and I hope you find it helpful.
So let's get right into the video. The first question I'll be asking her is about specialization. After you finish your studies, do you specialize into a particular area of nursing, or you can go into any area of nursing you want?
Okay, so in Nigeria, when you graduate as a nurse, you work as a general nurse, what we call registered nurse. Well, if you want to specialize, having worked as a registered nurse, you have to go to a school. Now, the school depends on what area of interest you have. So if you want to specialize as a pediatric nurse or a psychiatric nurse or accident and emergency nurse, you have to go to the school. And I think it depends on the school. Sometimes you may do the course for 1 year or 1 year and a half or 2 years. I know that I had an interest in midwifery, and if I had gone there after my graduation as a registered nurse, I would have done the course for 1 year. But in Finland, when you get your license to practice, you learn on the job. So you choose if you want to be a home care nurse, or if you want to be a psychiatric nurse, or if you want to go into just general ward. If you don't want to specialize, you can just go there, but you learn on the job.
So if you finish your studies, wherever you get the job, then you learn on it.
Yes.
Okay. So this second question is licensing after study.
Yeah.
Do you need to write an exam after you graduate to be able to practice, or you don't need to? I mean, in Nigeria and in Finland.
Yeah. I'm even laughing because when I came here with the Nigerian mentality, I was like, oh, I'm going to do my thesis and then I will write the licensing exam. And I remember asking my course tutor, the tutor that usually they give to you that is in charge of your study. I was asking her, so when is the licensing exam? And she was like, no, you don't have to write any licensing exam in Finland. But in Nigeria, after I finished my 3-year course, I had to do hospital finals. I studied, by the way, if you study nursing in Nigeria, in River State, so after I did my semi-finals, I had to write the big nursing council exam, and that exam you have to learn or remember everything you've started studying from year 1 until the 3rd year. It was very thorough, and
that is a lot.
That is really a lot. So you have to pass that. And in Nigeria, if you're given 3 chances, you have to write it 3 times, and if you don't pass at the 3rd time, you will just be expelled.
Oh my God.
That was how intense it was studying as a nurse in Nigeria.
So the funny thing is that when we were doing orientation, when we first started our studies, they told us that they are trying to start licensing exam also in Finland, but it hasn't started yet. But they said if it's ready by the time we graduate, we have to. It's compulsory, and it's going to be in Finnish. So I don't know how that is going to work.
Oh well,
probably they'll translate. Probably. But I hope it's not ready at that time. My next question for you now is how easy it is to get a job right after you graduate in Finland and in Nigeria.
Okay.
Compared to Nigeria.
Back in Nigeria, like I said, I studied nursing in River State School of Nursing, and then I was being paid to study as a nurse. I don't know if they have it. Shout out to River State government.
Really?
I was being paid.
I
was paid monthly to study as a nurse. And after you graduate and you have your license, you're automatically absorbed into the healthcare system. So you don't have to go put your application. The government trains you to become a nurse in River State.
Only in River
Yes,
States?
only in River State. I don't know of other states.
So you cannot use your certificate to get a job outside
You
River
can use
State?
your certificate to get a job outside River State, but River State people prefer to stay in River State because the pay is good and you don't really have to go for application. Because like you don't need to go for job interview. You're just absorbed into it. So they send you to hospital, healthcare centers, like wherever you want. That's where they send you to. So you really don't need to look for a job. But before your license comes out, you can work wherever you want to. So when I graduated as a nurse in Nigeria, I went to a company. It was like an industrial company, and I was the only nurse in that place. And it was so easy to get a job. I think in Nigeria it is very easy to get a job. Now talk about Finland. When I graduated as a nurse, a lot of things actually depend or affect if you're going to get a job.
Nice.
I remember walking from one city where I was living to another to look for a job. Even after I had left my application online, I had called them, I wasn't getting calls. And remember that you have to do everything in Finnish. So you have to at least get a certain level of fluency in Finnish language. So for you to have called, you must speak Finnish a bit. Because of course the clients you're going to take care of or the patients you're going to take care of, their main language is Finnish. And that actually affects if you're going to get a job. And unfortunately, you may not be able to get a job to work as the BSN, like bachelor degree holder. You may have to start, you may have to start. This was my situation. And I know that a lot of foreign nurses can actually relate. If your Finnish is not kind of fluent to a certain level, you have to start as an assistant nurse, and then then you learn the language, and when you attain a certain level of fluency in the Finnish language, then you'll be able to apply for as a BSN. So and another thing is, if someone recommends you to your employer, you'll be able to get a job even if your language is not so fluent.
I agree.
Yes. And if you practice where you want to apply, as a student, you go for practice.
Yes.
And then that is when you will be able to make contact, network, and talk to
I agree with you, because the last practice we did in medical nursing, they were like they were ready to employ us, but the distance was a lot. So I couldn't manage it going from my house to the place of to the hospital. So they were ready. So I heard that people also try as much as possible to find a practice placement in where they wish to work.
So that's what if you intend to stay in Finland upon graduation, start looking for those places you want to really work in, and then when you get there, give in your best.
When you get there, try as much as possible to do well, so that they can recommend
you, or your boss will just tell you, if you want, please stay.
Yes.
So you don't even have to go for interview. No, you don't even have to put job application. You just sign contracts.
That's true. That's true. And also, I would like to ask, what's the salary like?
Money.
Money is important.
Okay. Well, it depends on the specialty you're working in. I know that accident and emergency nurse, the ICU nurses.
No, wait first. In Finland, that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Nigeria.
In Nigeria, I don't know. I cannot say, because employers determine, and then the government also. But I know that River State government, they were paying such a good salary. But if you're working as a private, if you're working in Shell, the oil company, as a nurse, then you earn like 3 times what the River State government would pay a nurse. So it depends on who your employer is.
The reason why I'm asking was that I've heard horrible stories about people that earn like 50,000 naira per month in Nigeria as a nurse.
Anything can go in Nigeria. It depends on when you're able to bargain with your employer. But then in Finland, the government actually dictates a certain amount, let's say minimum amount people should be paid. So as a student nurse, when you're working during summer, they say you should be paid a minimum of €9.90 per hour. Oh, by the way, they pay hourly in Finland, so
Yes.
you don't just have a cumulative salary like 50,000 a month. No, they pay according to how much you work. So 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and all that. And usually you would work for 8 hours during the daytime and in the night for 12 hours, and then they calculate it. If it is 1 hour over multiplied by €9.90 and that's the minimum.
Okay.
And then certain specialties earn more. So if you work as a home care nurse, work as intensive care units nurse and accident and emergency, where you face a lot of stress.
Okay.
You have,
you mean as a student?
no, as a registered nurse.
Okay.
Yeah, you earn higher than people working in elderly care home.
Okay.
Yes, and just normal medical ward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that as a student, they usually pay, especially in elderly care home.
Yeah.
They pay €12, €13, €14
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
As a student nurse.
Yeah.
And they also give you the benefits that they give
Yeah.
people that are registered nurses.
Yeah.
Also. So
Yeah.
it-
So that's when I say the €9.90, that's the minimum they can
okay.
ever go. So
I
you can,
agree.
you can have higher than that. Yeah.
agree. So I would also like to ask if there is some form of hierarchy play in the work area in the hospital, like maybe nurses are taken as second class healthcare professionals.
Or doctors' handmaids, according to the legend.
Yes.
Yes. Now in Nigeria we have doctor is here, matron is here, and then matron is, there are those nurses that are called nursing supervisor. So the one in charge of the nursing ward, they are called matron in Nigeria. Now, I think it's actually influenced by the culture. The Nigerian culture, we have this kind of hierarchy. I mean, you have to respect your elder. So yes, you have
read and
yes,
experienced.
yes, you have to respect someone older than you, not necessarily by age, but by profession and years of experience. So they feel that the doctors have studied a longer time, obviously, so you respect them even if the profession are two different things. And then as one that is experienced and a boss in the nursing profession, you have to respect and all that. So I know that my matrons, I was calling them ma, and when they come into the ward, you have to stand up to greet. I mean, the culture actually influenced. Now, coming to Finland, that was like a shock. It was a shock because you could call your lecturers by name and even your boss.
I will give you a gist. When I first came to Finland, my professor was like older than my dad.
Yeah.
And I had issues calling him by name.
Yeah.
It really affected me.
Yeah.
Like I would be able to talk to him because I can't call Asko. Call me Asko.
Yeah, so I think it's just about the culture. I wouldn't say either of them is better. It's just generally culturally influenced. Yeah. So in Finland, you don't call your you don't really show the respect. You talk to your boss like the way you would talk to a friend or your mate and all that, and they don't see it as something impolite, or they don't expect you to do more because they are bosses. No.
I also noticed that in the hospital we wear the same clothes.
Yes, and doctors, they know their boundaries.
Yes.
You're doing your profession. I am also in my profession. So everyone, they respect professional boundaries. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The final question I have for you now is, as a registered nurse with contracts, how many days of off are you entitled to?
Yeah.
And how many days of holiday are you entitled to in a year?
Okay, I haven't done such calculations.
Okay.
But as a nurse in Nigeria, I think you're just free to work with the government. When I worked with the government, I was working from 9 until 12. That's because I was working in this outpatient clinic.
9 to 12, that is like
9 to 12, because that was when we need our clients would come for care.
Okay.
So I was taking care of clients with leprosy, tuberculosis, and then I was giving vaccine. Okay. So it was 9 to 12. And then you will get your full salary as someone that was working for 8 hours. It all depends on where you're working and what the government stipulates.
Okay.
Yes. And I know that some people still work like 8 hours. By the way, my son is here, so if you hear a little boy's voice in the background, that's because he's here. So another thing we should consider in Nigeria is that employers dictate how much they want their employees to work.
Okay.
Yes. So in a private company, you may work for 3 days, 3 nights, and then you get 4 nights and 4 days off.
Okay.
Yeah. There is no structured way of where you should work. Yes. No uniform way in Nigeria. But in Finland, if you work with the government, they say you work for 5 days, 8 hours, or you work for 3 days, 12 hours, and then you have the rest off. Where I was working as a home care nurse, I would go to work in the morning from 7 until 3, and then it was like 5 days and 2 days off.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was doing only mornings.
Okay.
So it all depends on that, and they would say that you should not exceed 38 hours in a week.
Okay.
But then you can also do your own work, not in the same company. You can work, yes, gigs.
Yeah.
So you can go for evening from where you were working in the morning. After your morning shift, you can go for evening, but it doesn't have to be in the same company. So that's it. And then yearly you would have like 1 week autumn break, 1 week summer break, and all that. You're entitled to all those things if you've been working. And if you work with the government, then you will have like 1 month paid leave.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think like being a home care nurse, does it allow you for flexibility? Thinking about you don't have to work night shifts.
Well, it all depends on what someone wants. At this stage of my life, I just want to go to work in the morning and come back. Some people prefer nights. I know someone that she doesn't do work. No, just nights. Yeah. So it all depends on someone's preference. Yeah.
Okay. Are you allowed to have such preference also in Nigeria, or your employer dictates what kind of job you do?
I think it all depends on what you want as a person.
Okay.
If you don't want to work with those employers that will not work with your timetable, I mean, you look for something else. That's a good thing about Nigeria. You will always find a job. So it's just about you asking yourself what you want. And of course, they are understanding. If you tell them I have a daughter or I have little children, they will make your timetable with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have one bonus question.
Okay.
Which area of nursing do you think is most demanding?
Medical ward.
I agree. Acute wards, to be precise.
That one, I went for my practice and I just couldn't keep up. Too much was going on. Too much was just going on. So, no.
Thank you for agreeing to do this with me. I really appreciate it a lot. And please, guys, run to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Say that you are from Busayo's Diary and subscribe to our channel. Watch our interesting content. She has a baby also. I will end here. Thanks. And also, please subscribe. I noticed that a lot of you guys are not subscribing. Subscribe. Join the
subscribe
family.
For more videos. If you subscribe, I'm going to come on her channel again. Let's do that.
Yes.
Subscribe and please click on the like button. If you enjoyed watching this video, there is a high chance that someone you know will also love it. So feel free to share it to someone that is interested in moving to Finland. It could be your friend. You can also share on your timeline. I mean, help her
also,
to grow.
Please share my videos.
Yeah.
And if you want Roseline again on this channel, please say.
Please leave the questions and we will plan for it.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.